Hello and welcome back. Today we're playing Jeskai Black Artifacts. This list just 5-0, the most recent Standard League event, and it's a cool one. It's a Jeskai Artifacts list running 4 copies of Beseech the Mirror. 1 black, black, and a black for a mythic rare sorcery. Search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. If this spell was bargained, you may cast the exiled card, paying without paying its mana cost if that spell's mana value is 4 or less. Otherwise, put it into your hand. So basically, we have 8 copies of United Battlefront in the deck. We're very consistently going to be able to go turn 2 ramp off of either the Terminus of Return or the Iron Crag, both legendary mana rocks, and then go turn 3 Beseech, bargain/sack the artifact, go get any card in the deck, probably a United Battlefront, and then pop that right onto the battlefield on turn 3 and hopefully get some big hits like a Synth and a Bay or something like that. The other cool thing is you don't actually need Repurposing Bay to level up a 3-drop into a Fire Crystal. You can also just Beseech and go get the Fire Crystal to go for lethal off the bat. So yeah, this is a really cool use of the card in a deck that is already good, but this is a different take on it. We got some other cards in here that don't usually show up. A couple Grim Baubles here, another artifact you can sack / bargain away to Beseech the Mirror, and a single copy of Intimidation Tactics. Not synergistic with anything, but actually pretty relevant in Standard. I think there are going to be a lot of good creatures to take out of the opponent's hand. You can always cycle it away. Rest of it is pretty standard stuff. We're running 24 lands. Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited. This is a fun take on a good archetype, but I think it will feel different enough. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. We're doing some unedited ranked mythic gameplay today. There are a couple mistakes I made recently that I want to call out to help other people. One is with sequencing of the Badger Mole. This should be obvious, but I've been making this mistake quite a bit. It turns out that if you have 2 lands and already have a Badger Mole and another land benefiting off the Badger Mole, if you spend the creature land for 2 mana to get down the Badger Mole, then you have a total of 4 mana. Here we have blue, but yes, fine. Which is great. Then you can just play a 4-drop. But if you're making the mistake I've been making, where you spend the 2 non-creature lands to cast the next Badger Mole, then the existing land makes 3 mana. So you can only cast a 3-drop. Pretty obvious, but very important, and it's a mistake I've been making the past couple days, so stay away from that one. So we can ramp right into... we actually don't have black, so we cannot go right into Beseech. So maybe it's better to try to draw into some mana sources that'll help with that. Oh, okay. Maybe just generically... that's too bad, don't want that word in here. Maybe just generically... bonus shenanigans. Amulet of Wisdom. And it's double block. We still don't have triple, though. This plus Relic, I guess. And we'll see if they just win this turn. That'd be a fun way to start the video. Alright, let's see that turn 4 play. The tap land, it's not over yet. Still nothing we can do, though. This is a bit awkward. We cannot Beseech. We need another black source still. Good. I guess at some point you could Star Cage, sweep all the relics, and just draw a card. That one's not bad, too, though. We'll go for this instead. Star Cage, draw 3. Opponent with a Consult, looking for that Kona combo. Well, there's the black source, which is good. Yeah, we'll take it. Then we can Beseech into United Battlefronts. Uncounterable Beasts do nothing. 6 mana here. I forget if this deck plays counterspells. I think they do. So we could try to double spell if we really want to. Snare onto nothing. Star Cage, take a bunch of draws. It's weird, but doable. Then stack the Star Cage later. It's actually not a bad plan, I think. We would need you on white here to do that, though. I think that's fine. Let's try it this way. let's start here. Sweep first, then synth. Triple draws, and then next turn we potentially beseech the Star Cage. We need you on white. Snare onto nothing, just make a synth token. Alright, another look at top 3, draw a card. So they're Kona, but with the lessened shell. There's Kona. And there's Station. Nothing we can do, though. There's Omniscience. There's Omniscience again. That's not so bad. Rang, draw 3. Okay, so now do we sit here? I'll explain the other mistake, and then we'll just scoop. The other mistake I wanted to call out is with the Aang, the Bant Aang deck, you actually don't need any alternative win cons. Like, you don't need a Crater Hoof Behemoth to give haste. You don't need anything, actually, to win. You can loop Airbending Ascension to bounce your opponent's entire board. That's interesting. Okay, I mean, I don't really see the rest of this. You can loop Airbending Ascension to bounce your opponent's entire board. That doesn't win you the game, but that's very close to winning the game. They probably don't have enough mana to redeploy and do their own combos. And then the other thing you can apparently do is loop through your deck enough times to get all 4 Aang Swift Saviors in exile. And then, for 0 mana off the dock Warlock. And then you can pretty much counter or bounce anything they cast. It's very unlikely they have enough mana to get through 4 Aang Swift Saviors, right? If they have a 4 mana sweeper and you have 4 Aangs, they're just not going to be able to. They're not going to have 16 mana to bounce with that, deal with that. So that is one way to win. And then the other way you can win is by looping the Badger Moles. I think the Badger Moles. Let's reread the card here. Yeah, this is okay. I think the Badger Mole, when it enters, puts a counter on a land. So I think you can stack up 1 hasty land to be very big. You come in on black. Stack up, bounce their entire board with Airbending Ascension. And then loop Badger Moles to put counters on a untapped land with haste. And then swing for 20. That's a lot to ask in a online client, In paper, it's probably better. In paper, you show them the combo and they just scoop. And the online client, your opponent might make you suffer through it because they're annoyed that you're playing a infinite combo deck in standard. So, comes with its cost, but you can win off of that. No 2-drops. It's got to be a Drowner from hand. Do we wait one more turn for the Drowner? We could. Get down like a tap land here or something. I think the Drowner's in hand. So there's a Drowner, just get a copy. We're going to take a good chunk of damage. And it's going to be a lot off on a Roboraid too. 16 damage off on a Roboraid. It's not an Roboraid though. It's a lot of damage, and then we do get to Star Cage. Shock to 4. Star Cage. Level up the Terminus. If we level up the Terminus... Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's do it this way. I'm gonna be low on life, though. I don't actually see stick there. No Drowner is huge. Okay. Yeah, both pretty good. I don't know if we need Star Cage at this stage, though. I think we're okay, just with synths. Let's not attack yet. In case they can drown or tap something down, find a way to lethal. Flyer is actually an issue. This don't have any blue? Could go to 1. Is that enough to win? Might be enough to win. No, we can't go to 1. Okay, so we have to win here. Doesn't matter. Game is ending here. Has to end here. Six attackers, 3 blockers. 3 get through for lethal. 1 mana open for a single bounce. Bouncing the Star Cage would give them a lot of blockers if they have a Flood Maul here. Which I guess they do if they're holding stick. What else would hold stick? No, they got nothing. Okay, that was a little bit closer. The Flyers out of nowhere actually put on lethal threat. I thought we could just chill and synth and then slowly win without worrying about it. But that was a little closer than you'd like. Anyway, yeah, I think you can loop Badger Moles and make 1 giant hasty land. It just takes a lot of effort. Alright, what's going on in the comments? Kale, with lots of A's, says, you won't believe this clickbait video title. It's only clickbait if you don't know me. If you do know me, then about once a year, I'll put out a video that says you won't believe this win rate. And if you know me, then that means we lost every single game. It was just a brutal day. It was just a terrible, terrible time. Because otherwise, I don't put titles like that. When it goes first, yeah, it's good. It's good. We go ramp. Ramp into turn 3, Beseech. We'll probably synth first, then Beseech. Simic deck. Okay. Shock Bailmerk. Alright. Do we... they have the thing right down there. I don't know what the... Usually I go synth first to guarantee we get the... I think we still go synth first here. Definitely ready to sweep. And then we just need a crazy battlefront after that, I guess. We don't have a creature to strip the graveyard. That could be a pretty interesting include in best of 1. I think there is one that does it in Artifacts, maybe. But we'll start here. Battlefront is good. We'll draw it, and then we're happy with that, I guess. Okay. It's a lovely turn 4 play. Get back Kaviro. Kaviro comes a copy of Oh man, this was a great game of Magic right here. Oh my gosh. Wow. That was some riveting stuff right there. I think there is an artifact that, I mean, we didn't even have enough mana, right? Even if we had gone repurposing Bay for 3, we didn't have to 2 to level up something. I think there is a graveyard, that's crazy. That's crazy. What a great game of Magic. What a fucking joke. Damn, I think there is one artifact that does that. I might put it in real quick, if I can find it. Let's do a little quick deck tech. I think there is a 3-mana artifact that will exile the whole graveyard. You could run a Soul Guide Lantern, which is perhaps worth it as well. Like, we could do that instead of the random intimidation tactics, which is a similar niche. I think there is a 3-drop that is a creature, I think, although it doesn't need to be, and an artifact. And then, I think you can exile the whole graveyard with this thing? I think it's a colorless. I could be wrong. Exile each opponent's graveyard, yeah. This feels like a relevant include in Standard. I could see throwing one of those in there. Star Cage is great. I mean, everything else is good. We can drop, like, a snare or something. I think that's maybe worth the include. Alright, let's do that. Again, literally nothing could have been done in that situation, just didn't have enough mana, but if we're on the play, I think it could be nice to have the out of being able to level up your 2-drop into the 3-drop, strip the graveyard, and then like actually have a chance to not get or turn 4 killed on the spot. BJ Hawk. On the play, good mana. We got the Scrapbot in the hand, but whatever. The rest of the hand's pretty good. I guess we want you on black, right? Is that the whole bit here? Yeah, I guess you can be black. Hello, opponent. Here's blue. Carrot Cake. It's been a while since I've seen a deck like that. Mono white tokens deck. One to the bottom, alright. Here's a synth. Don't need the lantern here. We're happy to draw the bay, it's okay with me. And then we'll go right into Beseech, and then go Battlefront. Hope to get some nice hits off of that. Opponent with a response here. What are we doing in mono whites? There's no Tidebinder. Gonna sack the token in response? What are we doing here? Timer coming out. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Aven Interrupter? Oh, Aang's Iceberg. Okay. Great, that's a new card. Alright, synth down for now. Draw our card. I think we just go get in Battlefront here. You could snare first. But we're gonna hit a snare off this thing anyway. Yeah, we'll Battlefront here. Another synth, pretty good. And a snare, also pretty good. Let's do it. Battlefront, also very good. Star Cage, I don't know if we need per se. I might have lethal here. Oh, we have the Fire Crystal in hand. That's too bad. Okay, maybe not. You have nothing else to level it up into? Alright, so we'll just Battlefront here instead. Pretty good hits. Not gonna complain about that. Take a look, it's fine. I mean, they could still Ultima here. Nice deck. Thanks, dude. You got the Ultima or not? We would need double red to get a Fire Crystal down. We only have... Oh, they do have the Ultima. Alright, alright, alright. Game goes on. Okay, you got it. Sure. I might start playing this guy in red. Three mana, sack, scry 2. Can waterbend with artifacts, 2 to the bottom, good. Astral Reclaimer, return non-creature, non-land permanent. Wow, get back the iceberg. Opponent is popping off here. Alright, that'll put a big dent in us. We could weirdly enough strip the graveyard. Just to do it. They'll get a little bit of value off of that. That's an okay play. I think we start with this. Just try to draw. Not helpful. Basic land card. I think the scry is more relevant. We only have a swamp in the deck. Upkeep, stop. Sack the bauble. Snare gets back the bay, which is very good. Star Cage, probably not necessary here. Okay. Take the draw. Lander token can get a 1-drop, which is weird, but I guess pretty good actually. And we can keep upgrading that as we go. The bauble. Kill the innocents. I think we're just going to keep upgrading stuff. We could exile the innocents later, potentially. Depends how much we care about the life gain. Taking the token also means I can't sack it to Fountain Port. Alright, we're running out of time here. Plus button, draw a card. We taking the scry 2 off the bauble, or are we sacking it to get a 2-drop? I think the scry is better. 2-drop is really slow play. I'd rather scry into a 2-drop, I think. I think we're surveilling again here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think it's better. 2-drops are all just ramp stuff anyway. Iron Crag. Yeah, I guess we can just use that one. All right, fine. Synth, take the Scry. I feel like it's the best play here. I don't know how we're going to win. Snare, take the Elspeth is interesting, but I think we need the Scry. I think we need a good Scry. Beseech is good. Doesn't matter if we're going to play that then. We don't need the Relic. Technically, you could draw the Relic, play the Relic, and then Beseech. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still have mana to Bay. That would draw us an extra card. We're going to Beseech anyway. Alright, Pona is definitely putting up a fight post-Ultima. No doubt about that. Level up is going to be a lot of damage. Game is going to end very quickly here. So now, yeah, part of our Beseech kind of needs to get a Star... I think we go Battlefront, but I think Battlefront hitting a Star Cage is important. To not just losing on the spot. Because they level up to 4 and then get flying, and that is game right there. So the game is winding down one way or another. So we can Beseech with the map token. We could Star Cage now and guarantee it. Then we have nothing to Beseech with. We can try to get lucky off the Beseech. I guess we can sack the Star Cage. We don't actually need a Star Cage. Okay, let's do it that way. Let's guarantee the Star Cage now. Okay. Sweep the lethal threats first. We lose our map tokens, but now we can Beseech the Star Cage that has nothing underneath anyway. Alright, bottoms up. Yeah, it's Battlefront, let's do it. Not a whiff. Not a whiff. Okay, Snare the Elspeth is great. Plus another Bay. We have Ironcrag in hand. Sure. Make a fish. Fire Crystal sitting in hand is awkward. We would need a passage off the top to cast that. Thinking. If it's another Ultima. Last time that it was an Ultima, so I guess I won't be that surprised if it's another Ultima. So they would want to attack with the Innocence, have us block, have it go to the graveyard, and then Ultima after. That would be the sequence here. So we'll go no blocks on the Innocence. Elspeth again, alright. Flying is a lot of damage. It might just be lethal right there. No? I feel like that might have been lethal. +2. I think that was lethal. I think they missed lethal there. Right? Play Elspeth, give everyone flying, and then just level up talent. I think they missed lethal there. Without red, there's no way we can get red, right?
I welcome all allies.
Not a red source. So do we have to Star Cage here? I mean, I guess the answer is yes. We do have to Star Cage. Even then, they're in the same position last turn. No, we take the carrot cake. All right, so that's actually not so bad. You have to Star Cage here again. If we attack first, they just take the chumps, I think. And they get Innocence in the graveyard, or we don't really want it in case they Ultima. Although if they Ultima, I think we lose anyway. If they let through any damage, I think it's good for us. I think they'll just take all the chump blocks, but I think we'll try here. They should block with the Innocence, though, and get that safely in the graveyard. Yeah. Yeah, I was curious if they let any damage through. Like, I was trying to figure if we get in a place where, like, a single fire crystal could actually find lethal, but no, they take all the blocks, which makes sense. Okay, so it's Iron Crag here. Oh, man, I don't even know if we have any Star Cage left. Oh, I think there are only 2 in the deck. I think that might be game, then. Yeah, I think there's only 2 in the deck. This is a weird version of the deck. Yeah, I think that's probably game. That's probably game. Yeah, no Star Cage left. There's only 2 in this version. Okay, and then yeah, there's no 4-drop to get, so that's just game. I do think they had lethal last turn though. Yeah, they should have done that part last turn. All right, yeah, good game. What are you gonna do against Ultima? We almost came back. I think it was a pretty interesting match. Good enough. Antonio Margaretti says, we all have those days where it feels like your opponent's been handpicked to beat you, haha. I don't even feel like that. I think that deck's just bad, best of 1 standard. And I knew that going into it, but... You know. I don't know. I had to pick something to play. Yeah, the quadruple flanker was not great. But overall, I think that's just a bad deck. Best of 1 at least. On the play. Yeah, looks good. Let's do it. Ben199 says, Dr. Ruckus crash out videos are my favorite Dr. Ruckus videos, to be honest. I don't know if I was crashing out in that video or not. I think I was, you know, mildly amused by the situation, but I don't think I was crashing out. I do crash out sometimes. I don't think that was one of them. Gruul Breakouts. Okay. Nice. A little bit weenie of a hit. We really do want Star Cage, and it is coming. Battlefront, okay. Synth here, land, beseech, Star Cage. I think that's enough to win the game. And we have Battlefront in hand, too. I don't know if we need another relic here. Already have 1 in hand. I think Star Cage... Ooh, alright, alright. That's a new threat to answer. Interesting. So do we go for the Battlefront, or we just guarantee... We gotta remove the Roboroid. We could beseech into a removal spell. And just take out the Roboroid. If they go a next Roboroid from hand... This is very likely to work out. Let's start with the Battlefront, I think. Like, it's a lot of blockers. Worst case scenario. Snare's great. Battlefront to guaranteed snares, also pretty good. I mean, that's just a lot to deal with. Okay. Nice. Thrilled to not lose to that deck. Dayatin says, your game's pretty much reminded me of most game sessions I have. Face annoying control or watch the win on turn 4. Yeah. Sometimes how it is. Alright, this comment is probably not accurate. Leono Ortigi in my Boros firebending video says, firebending is OP. How did they even think this is a good mechanic? Played a game yesterday where a guy got 8 mana on turn 2. I have yet to see a firebending do anything useful, right? The Boros deck is okay, but it's not turning many heads, you know? So I don't think it's that bad. Blue and black. We actually have everything we need right now. I don't... You can put question marks in your name here. Mono green Baloth. Commune with beavers. Look at that. Reveal an artifact, creature, or land. It's an Ouroboros. Great. Well, it's going to be hard. Rampant to Beseech, and then I guess... Yeah, we'll have to decide if we just go Battlefront and pray, or we get Snare. We're under a lot of pressure. We might just have to Battlefront and hope for the best. Fortiface. Okay. Yeah, we don't have time for a whole lot here. Beseech Battlefront. Hope to get something good. Or get Snare, take the Ouroboros, and then take 6 next turn. I don't think that's it. I think you got to get a little bit lucky here. Let's Beseech away. Into a Battlefront and cross your fingers. Oh! Not it. Alright, well that might be game. Don't need you. Don't need you particularly, I don't think. I mean, I think you'd want a really good top deck. I think you'd want another Beseech or Battlefront off the top or something. Ramp's okay, but I think we need exceptional here. We need a Battlefront off the top, basically. Or we might just be dead here, I don't know. We're probably just dead. 7, 8... Oh yeah, I think we're just dead. Alright, a lovely game of Magic. Ianitus says, seems you've been doing a lot of converting best of 3 decks to best of 1. Just curious, are there not best of 1 stats you can use? The answer is generally no for what I've been doing, because basically what I am these days, in case you haven't figured it out, is I am a news reporter. I find the latest news, and then I report on it. Right? If we were doing basketball, I'd be like, you won't believe, look at this new, basketball move someone did. But it's a little more interesting than that, because I actually get to play it. Right? Opponent goes first. Oh, man, this hand's not bad, but it's probably too slow, right? Our deck is very consistent otherwise. This is a keep. Alright, blue-black, yeah, okay. Probably keep both ramp spells. Bin 1 Beseech. No, the Beseech is really good, right? No, we can scry. Put back one of the 2 ramp spells, I think, and then scry our way to the rest of the lands. Let's try this. Yeah, so most basketball news reporters probably can't show off. Do you want to play this now? Mistrise Village. Yeah, I guess so. Can't actually demonstrate the moves, but I get to do a weird thing where I can both comment on something recently successful in the meta, in the news, and tournaments, and then also play it for you. That's like the whole channel at this point. So there aren't really, as far as I know, there aren't best of one tournaments. So that's why I don't cover it from that perspective. However, we're coming up on the ladder reset, and one of the things I have found that I can do, which is kind of interesting. I guess we want to save this to Beseech or something. Yeah, I think we save it to Beseech. So if they're going to counter something, I guess you give them a synth to counter here. Hold on to the highest impact Beseeches. Hold on to the higher impact Bay as well. No counterspell. I think we would take one more land. The Battlefront on top is hard to turn down. Got the white for it, so I guess we'll take that. Which means we don't actually need the land here. Okay. I think we're still holding on to the lantern. Yeah, when the ladder resets, actually one of the cool things I can do in Best of 1 is look at decks that get to Mythic really quickly. And those make good videos, because you can see their win rates. So there'll be some random decks that have like a 70% win rate. And it's largely luck, but it does make for good reporting content. Alright, we'll give this a go. Next synth. Snare is fine, I guess. Yeah, okay. We can take the next land here. We really don't need it with Beseech. I just don't think we need it. Because Beseech will get some other 3-drops, and the 3-drops will hopefully, I don't know, scry off more synths. Or we'll hit a synth and we'll scry more. I don't think we need to land yet. Land unless you go repurposing Bay level up, but I think we'll hit the next land organically at some point. Alright, whatever you're doing, let's see it. Not enough to deadly cover up away the battlefronts. Okay. Nice. That's an answer. Beseech the lantern here. I guess we can actually beseech the snare, right? Or we can level that to a fire crystal. Do lantern here. Battlefront again. Cast again. Okay, sure. Take both. Empty bauble. Seems good. Consult again. Look at 5. Looks like just leveling up the fire, getting the fire crystal right here is lethal, I think, if they tap out. So we might push for that here. Oh! Damn. Alright. Okay. Too bad. Well, we no longer need the snare then, I guess. Okay. So we have a single red. Getting another red would also let us play Fire Crystal from hand. Alright, it's another sweeper. It's okay. Terminus of return, alright. I guess we'll lose one of our 2-drops finally. Don't think we need either with the Relic in hand. We still got lots of things to upgrade off the bay, upgrade the Bauble, upgrade the Terminus. Talent. Uh-oh. I was thinking we could strip the graveyard. I wasn't sure if they'd have a way to use that. They don't have enough black yet, though. Auto-tapper might have screwed them there. They only have... They need double black, and they only have 1 black open currently. Let's see if they play a swamp. They've already played land for turn. They're touching those lands. Did you get screwed? Cornucopia actually does it. Okay. Alright, so should we take some time to invest in the stripping the graveyard? I think the answer is maybe. They might run that back next turn. Or have a way to balance the talent, although we haven't seen any bounce spells, really. I think that's a good investment. Let's go get that random 3-drop that actually strips the graveyard. I think that's a good pick here, actually. I'm not sure how many sweepers they have, but if they only have those 2, then they are gone. Yeah, I think that was maybe it. Alright, we'll end the day there. This was so much more pleasant than yesterday. I had so much more fun. I knew going in yesterday would be tough, because even if you pull off the infinite combo, nobody has fun watching me sit through the infinite combo. This was cool, this was different, it was a different take on Jeskai Artifacts. I really liked it. Beseech decks in general are fun. Toolbox decks are fun. So this was a great redemption arc for us. Yeah, if you liked it, you can like and subscribe and leave a comment. I don't think I have too much else to say. I would just add that I do think adding the single scrap bot and the single lantern is actually really good in best of 1. There's some matchups where you just need it. You can upgrade one of your synth 0-mana tokens into the lantern, or upgrade any of your 2-drops into the scrap bot, and you'll probably be pretty happy with that. So take that into account. All right, have a great day, like and subscribe, and all that jazz. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.